Hello everyone, good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. So it's
Good evening,
Omkar
sir.
Joshi. I'm course instructor for computational thinking and I will be handling this session. So if you have any doubt, please raise your hand and we'll follow that same order while answering the doubts. Right now I am seeing that there are multiple people who have raised their hands. So I'll follow that particular order and just wait for your turn and I will try to answer all the queries. So let's start with Dharmik.
Hello, sir.
Good
Good evening.
evening, sir.
Yeah, Dharmik, go on.
Sir, I have a doubt in graded assignment 7, question number 21, sir.
Okay. Have you looked at the solution
yes, sir.
document which is shared?
Yes, sir. I went through the solution, but still some doubts I have, like the flag, how the flag is modified.
Okay. Let me see.
Sir, I too have the same doubt.
All right. Let's see. Okay. So week 7, question number
21.
Okay. This is the one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you be more precise about what exactly your doubt is, or have you did not even understood the code at all?
No, sir. I understood. I have doubt in updation of flag state, the flag
Okay.
flag boolean value. So, like, how is option C and D are different?
Okay. How options C and D are different? Huh?
Yeah, they are different in position
Yeah.
of flag, but how will this affect the code? That is my doubt.
Okay. So in option C, we are updating the flag. We are making flag true when C and J are equal, right? And returning true directly immediately after that. Okay. And in D, we are simply returning true and okay, the flag updation is outside. All right. I got the point. And I believe the second one is the answer, right? That I mean the last one, D option is the answer.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, okay, fine. First, have you understood what is happening in this particular code, what the problem statement is?
Yes, sir. I understood the problem statement.
Okay. Then, I mean, okay, fine. Then maybe I will just quickly revise it because
Yes, sir, sure.
it might help others also. Okay. So for a pair of attendees I comma j, other than the host, we say that I is the ancestor of j, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. The if their messages are identical and I has accepted the invitation before j. Okay, so this is the first condition given to us. What it says, for a pair of attendees I comma j other than the host, we say that I is the ancestor of j if their messages are identical and I has accepted the invitation before j. Okay. So with that, let's continue. Note that each invitation sent out by the host is a unique text message. Assume that the matrix A that represents the graph has already been computed. So some matrix A is already available. We don't know what exactly it is, but it is already there. It's available to us. Okay. Then is ancestor is a procedure that accepts the matrix A and two attendees I comma j other than the host as input. Okay, so this part is important that we are getting though these two parameters I and j, but the important part, remember, other than the host as input. Okay, and I and j are not equal. So I and j are two different attendees we are talking about. All right, and none of them is a host and they are different. And we return true if I is the ancestor of j, is the ancestor of j, right? And false otherwise, right? So we just have to check the relation between I and j, whether I has received message before j or not. That's what the whole purpose is, right? Because that's what the initial statement given to us is, that if I is the ancestor, then I must have received the message before j. It must have accepted the invitation before J, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So with that now, okay, K is equal to I. We just created a copy of that for some reason. We'll see why that is. Then flag is initially true. That initially we are saying that they are ancestors. While flag is true, we are gonna keep iterate over something, right? So it's a right now it looks like an infinite loop, right? Because while true, so that is an infinite loop. So with then inside a particular loop, we set that flag to false. Immediately inside, we made it false, right? That means with this we might close the loop. But let's see what this fill in the code is. For each C in columns of A. What is this columns of A?
Sir, this is a matrix. So it consists, there is one if there is a edge between A and, so if
No,
one,
what this columns of A will return?
it will be list.
A is the graph.
A is the matrix. When we say columns of A, as in columns of that matrix, what this will return? It's a function, right?
Sequence of
A is
column.
a-
Sequence of column 0, 1, 2, 3.
correct. It will return index values of that particular matrix columns. Okay, so it will be from 0 to n minus 1. That's what it will return. It will return a list of numbers from 0 to n minus 1. So the first value of C will be 0. Then for in next iteration, it will be 1. So third iteration, it will be 2, and so on till n minus 1. That is what this particular for each loop is gonna look like. Okay. So what we are supposed to do is we have to check whether I accepted the invitation before J or not, right? That's our purpose. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So let's look at the given answer to us. This particular code block comes inside this for each. So with this for each, what it says, if A of K of C. Now K is nothing but a copy which we created from I, right? So you can even call it I. So we are just checking A of IC. What is IC? I is the person which we are supposed to check whether that I is an ancestor or not, right? So with that I, we are comparing C as in every column value, right? So for I mean, this K will remain constant. We are not checking that K anywhere. We are not, changing that K anywhere. Only C is getting changed. So we are keeping that K as a constant, also which is I. So we are doing IC is equal to 1. If it is 1, then we are checking whether they are equal or not, whether C and J are equal, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is C? That same C which we are checking over there, and J is the other value which we receive as a attendee. The second attendee, which we are supposed to check whether that is a I mean the J, whether J accepted the invitation later than I or not. That's what we are checking. So that's our J.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, here J is actually a particular value in a column.
No, J is another parameter which we received, right?
Okay, sir, because in a particular matrix, I and J are representing columns and rows.
Not necessary every time that will happen. Over here, that's not the case. What we say, pair of attendees, I comma J. So I and J are two attendees. That is why first I explained the problem statement and then I started with the code.
Okay, sir. Actually, I joined
not
a little
necessary.
later.
Okay. It's not necessary that every time I and J will represent rows and columns of matrix. Okay. So in this case, actually this K, okay, K represents the row of a matrix and C is representing all the columns. So we are actually going through one single row. And for that particular row, we are checking every individual column with that C. And if that is 1, then we are checking whether C and J are equal or not. If they are equal, that means we can say I is a ancestor. And that is why we are returning true.
Okay, sir.
Are you getting?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You ask the original question. Dhardik.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do.
So this part, I mean, till here, is this part clear? I mean, so
Yes,
far,
sir.
is this clear? Okay. Beyond that, now what is another scenario that C and J are not equal, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
In that case, we started with K, right? But if they are not equal, then that means we have to update the value of K. That is the reason we created a copy of I. Because we are not supposed to change I. Right? It's not like, say, it's not like host send message to I and J only, and I accepted invitation and immediately J accepted. There is a possibility that there might be few people in between them or before them, correct? I mean, if before I, there might be a possibility of more people. In between I and J, there is a possibility of a few other attendees accepting the invitation, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in order to keep track of that particular sequence, we are updating value of K if C and J are not equal. If they are equal, we anyway return true and it terminates the procedure, correct? Whenever, as soon as the return statement comes, it terminates the procedure. But if that is not the case, I mean, in the first iteration, we updated the value of K, and with that we will again check the then again flag goes back to true. Otherwise, we cannot continue outside while.
Can you please explain again? Why are we
Sir,
setting?
why this K is updated to the value of C? I didn't understand that. K is a row parameter, right?
Yes, K is a row parameter.
But then why it is updated to C, which is a column?
Okay, see what is happening. We are trying to find some sequence from first hop to second hop, right? So when when C is not equal to J, that means what? That we are not getting the required information to find whether they are ancestor or not, right? Then we are supposed to check a connection from C to next person. Are you understanding? See, if first we are trying to find some kind of connection between A to Z. I mean, forget about this one. I'm just telling you some hypothetical thing. Okay. We are trying to find the relation between A to Z. There is no direct connection. Then what you will do? You move to next possible thing, which is B. Then you try to find connection from B to Z. Okay. If that's also not possible, you move to C. Then you try to find connection from C to Z. Same thing what we are doing with trains. If there is no direct train, you find some common thing in between. So you find that a connection from A to that common thing, and then from that common station to some other one. So that forms a in between hop. So that C becomes a hop in this case.
Okay.
Are you understanding? So initially,
Yes,
C was a column. See, C is a column as in what? C is what? Just some number which is an index in the matrix, right? So for example, we were trying to find a connection between, let's say, K and C. Let's say K as in maybe 2 and C is 5. If that 2 and 5 are equal, but the thing is that 5 is not J which we are looking for.
Right.
Then we should update what? 5, right?
Right.
Then we should find connection from that point to the next point. So
Yes, sir.
we reached to that location because it is 1. So we found our first hop, which is the C is the hop. And then from C becomes our row. And then from that row, we will check all the remaining columns.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Okay.
Are you understanding? It's just like a hop, the concept of hop in the trains.
Right.
Right?
Okay,
That is why we updated the value of key. Okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And now this flag has to be set to true. I mean, initial doubt was between the confusion between option C and D, that why flag is not set inside true. See, making it true inside doesn't make any sense because immediately we are returning and that will terminate the procedure. So setting it true here will not have any impact because our procedure terminates as soon as we return. But in this case, we have to set it true unless and until we set it to true, our original outer while loop will not continue, right? And immediately we will return false if our outer while loop terminates. We don't want it to terminate until the entire execution is done. That is why we set it back to true and we exit loop. What is the meaning of exit loop? Exit loop terminates only the inner loop. not the outer loop. That is something which you have to remember. I mean, there should not be any confusion with this. Exit loop only terminates the loop which is immediately out of it. I mean, if there are multiple nested loops, it will terminate only the innermost loop inside which the exit loop statement comes. So in this case, exit loop statement comes over here, right? So it will terminate only the for each loop. While loop will continue because flag we have set back to true.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's
Got
the
it.
logic, and that's the reason this flag is updating flag inside this if doesn't make any sense, because we are returning immediately. If this return statement was not there, then it was fine and we can update it at two different locations. But because of the return statement, we have to update it outside. Otherwise, the procedure will anyway terminate immediately after return statement.
Sir,
Yeah.
may I ask just one thing related to this? In
Yeah.
case K is I, we haven't updated it to C, and we go through all the columns and we don't find any column with a an edge, so it is
Right.
not equal to 1. Then
Correct.
that means it will end the whole loop, even the while loop, and will return false immediately.
See, if we do not find anything like that, right? That means what happens then? Your this equal to 1 condition will never become true.
Yes.
If that is the case, what is the recent value of flag?
A flag was false. We had updated
False,
it to
right?
false.
So because of that, your while loop will terminate,
Yes.
and then you will return false.
Okay. So
And
that
is
means
what you are
this
supposed to do.
that means this particular attendee I is most likely at the end point of the graph.
Not necessary, right?
So he doesn't have an edge. That's why. I mean, there's no outgoing edge from him because he's at the extreme end of the graph.
Okay. You're saying if it's false, right? If it's false, then
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. Correct.
He's only receiving an invitation, but at no point will he give an invitation.
Correct. Exactly. See, if you're not sending invitation to someone, then you cannot be ancestor by default, right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless and you will be valid to be considered ancestor only if you send it out.
Yeah. So if
Right.
all the columns
If
of
there
that
is
particular
no way
I,
yeah.
so if all the columns of that particular I are 0, that means he or she is not sending any invitation to anyone. So can't be an ancestor.
Correct. Exactly. I mean, then we will not even have to consider that person for this entire exercise which we are doing here.
Okay, so we've just ruled him out totally.
Exactly, and that's why we do not have to worry too much about even inner loop. Our outer loop, because of that flag being false, it terminates and we return false. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because this particular condition, this particular condition will never become true.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you please explain again why K is equal to C, and what is the significance of flag here? I'm not getting it.
Okay, so K is equal to C. Why, that I already explained. Maybe you can go back, and it's a live stream session, so maybe you can go back, because see, we have time limitation. I can't spend too much time on single question. Flag importance, I will tell you, because that is something I have not talked about. See, the significance of flag over here is pretty straightforward. We want that outer while loop to just execute without any condition. Okay, so that is why we created, actually it's an infinite loop which we created, which is being controlled using that flag. Usually, right, inside while loop we write some condition, right? But instead of that, we simply put flag value. So flag value will decide whether this while loop will continue, or it will continue to execute in an infinite manner, or will it terminate? Of course, it has to terminate, and that's why immediately inside that one, as soon as you come inside loop, we make it false, so that at some point of time it will terminate if this for each loop is not yielding any output, which is what the other girl just now talked about.
Yes,
Other
sir.
than that, flag has no such meaning with respect to what we are trying to achieve in this particular problem statement. Flag is only there just to control the while loop. Other than that, flag has no significance over here.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Oh, sir, please explain the question number 13, the representation of graph.
Please,
Because
Shampa, you have to wait for your turn. You have raised your
Okay.
hand. I will come to
Okay.
you. Okay, be
Okay.
patient. I follow the standard order, which is in which you have raised your hand. I will not break that sequence. I allow these other people to talk in between because they had doubts about the same question which I'm discussing. Okay.
Same question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah, Kritika.
will end the procedure you said, right?
Hmm.
The for loop as well as the while loop. I
Hmm.
mean, it will come out of that both the loops, is it?
When? Okay,
When
with exit loop, it will not come out of while loop.
no,
Whenever,
I
yeah,
understood. Exit loop will come out of the inner loop.
correct,
I'm
correct.
talking about return statement.
Yeah, with return statement, it will terminate the entire procedure and it will go back to the place where the procedure was called.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that is the difference between return and exit loop.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, just hold on, Manoj.
Then
Sure, sir.
Yeah, so
return.
Kritika, that is the difference between return and exit loop. Exit loop terminates only that particular loop, whereas return statement terminates the entire procedure.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Manan.
Sir, as you earlier said that exit loop terminates the particular loop in which it is situated. So
Correct.
if it is inside k, if kc equals to 1, so it will terminate if kc, or if it will terminate for each columns equal for each c in column A.
Okay, where this particular, okay,
Sir,
if is not a loop, by the way, if is not a loop,
okay, sir, it's a
exit loop
conditional
terminates only the
statement.
loop. It is just a conditional block.
Okay, sir, so it is not going to be terminated.
I mean, there is nothing to terminate, right? We do not
Yes,
repeat
sir.
if again and again.
Yes, sir, it's a
If we
conditional.
executes only once.
So technically it is inside a for each loop.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Shall we move to next?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, sir.
enough discussion on one question. We let's move to next. So, Harishri. Harishri Vaidya, are you there? If you're talking, you're on mute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Harishri, go on.
Sir, I have a doubt in the code of question number 4 to 21.
You have a doubt in question number?
For the code, I didn't
Okay.
understand the code.
Yeah, sure. Tell me question number.
I think it's question number 12 to 41. Sorry, 12 to 21.
12 to 21.
Just a second, sir.
What is that? I mean, which assignment, which section? Can you be more
Okay,
precise about
I'm so
it?
sorry, sir. I'm talking about graded assignment 7, question number 4 to 12.
Okay. Okay. This is the one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you did not understood this particular pseudocode, which is right now visible on your screen.
Not this one and not even the next ones. I'm really very much confused about all these codes.
Okay. Have you gone through the solution? Because we have detailed solution prepared for this particular question. I mean, for all questions, but for this question, there is even detailed solution available. Have you gone through that?
Yes, sir. I have tried it, but for this question, I can't understand anything. I have solved my other doubts using that using that solution itself.
Okay. Okay. See, first of all, there is no much difference between this code and this code and this code. I mean, it's the same code with different variations of it. Okay. So don't get too much confused about these different variations of same code. If you look at it, it's almost same code with some small changes here and there, which made the difference. Okay. So you did not understood any of these codes?
So as you say, all the codes are similar because I can't understand the first code. I'm not able to relate all others.
Fine. Let's do one thing. I will explain you the first code. Then maybe you apply that logic to remaining codes and try to understand it.
Yes, I'll definitely try it.
Fine. So let's focus on this particular code, which is more relevant for question number 4. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what we are doing, using the matrix collab, there is some matrix called collab computed from the question number 3. So in this particular question, we calculated some matrix called collab. So this matrix is about the authors which are collaborating together. I hope you have understood this part.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are taking a reference of that particular matrix, and then we are saying answer the following questions. For each question, what will be the values of a var and b var? So these are two variables, and we are asking about the values of those. Okay. Represent at the end of pseudocode. Pick the correct option from. Okay, that's fine. Now, and some options are given, and you just have to select one number from 1 to 8 in order to answer these particular questions. Right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So what is happening here? A var is initialized to 0. So definitely it's an integer variable. That's understood.
Yes, sir.
Then b var is an empty list. Right? With that, now what we are doing for each r in rows of collab. So rows of collab will give you what? So r will do what? R will iterate through all the rows. Correct?
Yes, sir.
I mean, this outer for each loop I'm talking about. R as in that outer for loop. And then inner for each loop or for loop is iterating over columns, which is represented using C. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So what does this mean? I mean, forget about what logic is available inside. We have one outer loop which iterates over all rows, and we have one inner loop which iterates over all columns. That means we are iterating over entire matrix. Correct?
Yes.
All rows, all columns, that covers all your entire matrix. Correct? I mean, it's not like we are partially going through only some particular column or particular row, nothing like that. Which was the case in previous question. We are picking specific columns or rows to iterate. But here, that's not the case. We are iterating over entire matrix. Fine?
Yes, sir.
Then we are checking some condition. If collab of RC is greater than A var. Now, what is collab of RC is particular entry in the matrix. Correct? And as I said, R and C we are iterating over entire matrix. That means collab of RC will initially 0, 0, then 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, up to 0, n minus 1. Correct?
Yes.
Then R becomes 1. Then it is again 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, n minus 1. Similarly, R will also reach to from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n minus 1. So we are iterating from 0, 0 to n minus 1, n minus 1. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So every entry in the matrix will be compared against this variable a var.
Okay.
Okay, which is an integer variable. And if that is the case, that means if that particular entry is greater than a var, then we are updating a var is equal to collab of RC with that particular value.
Yes, sir.
Correct? And then we are doing b var is equal to R comma C. I mean, it's a list, right? B var is a initially empty list. So we are updating that list with these two values, R and C.
Yes, sir.
So what does this particular if condition tells you? Every time this entry is greater than a var, we are updating a var. Every time this entry is greater than a var, we are updating a var. That means a var calculates maximum number in that particular matrix. Correct?
Yeah.
So in that matrix, there will be multiple numbers stored which represent that collaboration and all that. Correct?
Yes,
so collaboration R comma C is also an integer. I mean, is assuming integer value. I mean,
yeah, it will be integer, right?
Okay.
Otherwise, how can you compare this? I mean, this greater than comparison is possible only if you can have integers on both ends, right? Otherwise, how it's possible? I mean, for that, you should know what that collab matrix is. If you haven't understood, then you should go back and to question 2 before question 2 or question 3. It's all
Yes, sir.
dependent on collab matrix. Okay. Yeah. So
Sir.
coming back
Sir.
to what I was explaining. So so far, is it clear, Harishri?
Yes, sir.
So we are finding max some highest value in that matrix and storing that in AVAR. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And that particular value will have some position, right? It will be at specific row and specific column. Those row number and column number we are storing as a list in BVAR.
Yes.
That is exactly what we are doing over here. Now, why answer is 5 for question number 4? What is 5? Maximum number of books published by any pair of authors. Right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, this published by any author is something which you should have and you must have understood from that previous question. And I just now explained we are finding the maximum number.
Okay.
Right? Then the next question is BVAR. What BVAR is? Just now we talked about. We are
pair stored with
yes.
maximum.
Who those people are, right?
Yeah.
So 3. What is 3? A pair of authors who have collaborated most often. As in max in 5, maximum number of books published by any pair of authors. So this pair, as in who these 2 authors are, that is what we are storing in that 3. A pair of authors who have collaborated most often. Most often is, I mean, it's alternate or synonym for maximum, right?
Yes, sir.
So similarly, that's what we are doing here. Apply that same logic over here.
Okay, sir.
Here, BVAR is a list basically, and it will keep on adding Q values, or it will have only a single value.
Only single value. There is no append operation here, right? Do you see that plus plus operator anywhere?
No, no.
No, it is just assignment. So whatever the old value is, it will get override. And it should, right? Because whenever you are updating your AVAR, equivalently you should update your BVAR also. It's not a it's not append operation. It's a initialization.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, matrix and dictionary have same symbol.
No. It's not same symbol. See, I will tell you the reason is in matrix is not a data structure in computer science. Okay. In mathematics, we study matrices. But in computer science, we have data structures, right? List, dictionary, and so on. So matrix, there is nothing called as matrix in computer science. So what we are doing in computational thinking, what professor has taught in the lecture is, we use matrix to store, we use dictionary to store matrix. That is why
dictionary to store matrix.
Yes. I mean, dictionary is the actual data structure which we are using to store matrix. It is there in one of the lecture. The first ever pseudocode which Professor Madhavan taught you for matrices. That is the place where he taught how you can convert a matrix into a dictionary.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, there is no way to store matrix. How will you store matrix in a single variable? There is no data structure called matrix in any programming language available. Okay, so we use either list or dictionaries to store matrix. In computational thinking, we are using dictionaries to store these matrices.
Then column keys are inside row keys.
You see, rows and columns are two specific functions, which again professor have defined in one of his lecture, that rows will return a list of all row indices. You know that this, right? That every matrix has some index values for rows and columns, right? 0 to n minus 1. So
no,
rows
if there is a matrix, a simple matrix, some rows and some columns, then
correct.
If I write the dictionary from that matrix value, then I should enter first row key inside this column key, like this.
Correct. Exactly. It is a nested dictionary.
Where if I put first column key, then row key, then it will be wrong.
it will not be wrong. I mean, see, then it will give you an incorrect value, right? Because you are referring to something else. It depends on how you create your matrix, how you iterate your matrix. Even in mathematics, you know, we can iterate matrix row by row or column by column. Both are fine. We just have to stick to one approach, right? And in CT, we have stick to this approach, row first, followed by column.
Generally, we iterate row first, then column.
Correct. I mean, that's the most natural way, and most of the people do it this way. But even though you do it other way, that there is nothing wrong to be said, right?
Okay.
Similar thing. I mean, that doesn't change. Only thing, accordingly, you will have to change your original dictionary also. Otherwise, you will get incorrect values.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So going back, yeah.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, dictionary. Matrices are formed using the information stored in the dictionaries only, no, sir. And matrices, we are taking help of matrices to analyze the data available in the dictionary.
Correct.
Is it correct, sir?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
So I have a doubt. It's not a doubt, but I want to ask the content in a week 7 is it somewhat similar to arrays what we learn in some programming languages?
Not exactly. See, array is a different concept, and I mean, it may look same. I mean, your list and arrays may look same, but that's not the case. There is a huge difference, and maybe this is too early to talk about it. We have a dedicated week, okay? I'm not talking about one lecture or 2 lectures. We have a dedicated week where we are going to explain the difference between list and arrays in one different course. So it's not something which I can explain you in 2 minutes.
Okay.
If we have some time at the end of the session, I don't mind explaining it to you. Only thing is I don't want to deviate too much from computational thinking. I hope you understand this.
Yes, sir, definitely. I just want to ask to which topic of the programming language does this week relate? Because it would be easier for me to relate it as I'm learning a
graphs.
language also
Purely
in
graphs.
Okay.
Okay. So see, weeks 7, 8, and 9 is not yet you haven't received it, but you will get 9 also. These 3 weeks are based on graphs.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And we have given we have spent 3 weeks on one concept called a graph because it is that important. Going ahead, you will not see anything which is more important than graphs with respect to data structures. No matter whether you do machine learning or you do anything else, you have data and you have to store that data somewhere. And graph is the most popular data structure used. And that is why we are spending this much amount of time on that particular concept. Okay.
Thank
you will see some more advanced stuff coming in week 9. It will not be repetitive, but it's that important.
Okay. And so for quiz 2, we have a content till week 9 itself or week 12?
Week 8. We quiz 2, right?
Sorry?
Quiz 2, which is there on this 3rd of next month. No, not 3rd, the 13th of next month.
It's
right?
on 13th March.
Yes.
13th
March. For 13th March, quiz 2, the syllabus is only up to week 8.
Okay, sir.
Okay, week 8. Yeah. So Harish, I believe this your original doubt is clear. Now I think you can apply same logic for remaining questions. Okay?
Yes, I'll definitely try it.
Okay.
Sir, I have a small doubt in the same question in the
okay. Yes, Sachin, go on.
Above it in the sir, question 3. Just above it, yes. In the line 5.
No, the question 3 is different. Sachin, question 3 is different. You have to wait. This is not same question. You just raise your hand and wait for your turn. Don't break the queue.
Sure.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so next is roll number 729. I don't know, your name is not there.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Shubhangi Jai, sir.
Okay, yeah, Shubhangi, go on.
Sir, my question, I have doubt in activity 5.6 question number 2, sir.
Okay, still active week 5, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, activity
5.6.
5.6. Okay. Question number
2.
Okay. Oh, this insert. Okay. Okay. I mean, this is very common question. You can find many live sessions earlier of week 5 where this question
Yes,
is
sir.
explained.
You have explained
Yes, sir.
Yeah, even
in
I
earlier
remember I have
sessions.
also explained it multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so other instructors must have explained it. Can you find the open session for week 5? Definitely you will find this explained there.
Sir, may I?
Yeah, Sampada, you can, but sorry, Sapna, but the point is right now, I don't want to spend time on this question. We have already moved too much ahead than this. So, Shubhangi, can you look for live session which is available on
Yes,
YouTube?
sir.
Open
Yes.
session of week 5.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you will find definitely. I know for it for sure that
Most
explanation
of the
of
questions, most of the students ask this question.
yes, because this is one of the most common question of question number
Yeah.
2 and 3. So definitely you will find explanation to this in that particular live stream video. Okay, please
Okay,
go look at that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, anything more recent? Any week
No.
8 or anything? No.
No.
Fine. Okay, sure. Thanks. Next is Manan.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, in particular lecture of week 7, Sir Madhavan Mukund sir and Venkatesh sir introduced a concept of comparing trains, the distance between two stations and going from one station to another station through graphs.
Okay.
I got a problem where sir discussed that there is a difference between two trains traveling from one station to another due to the time. So if a train might be traveling from station 1 to station 2 on Saturday, but it might not be happening on Monday or Tuesday.
Correct.
And I got confused how can we model that particular thing, because it is a lot uncertain, it is a lot difficult to then establish a relationship between two things, two nodes or two stations.
Correct.
Yes,
okay.
sir. So if
I
you can
don't
just
know whether it is coming in week 9 or it's already there in week 8. Let me just quickly, I will answer you how to do that. Okay, it's already there in week 8. Have you watched week 8 lectures?
No, sir, I was watching them today, but then
Okay,
live session started.
Then I will tell you, just finish week 8, all week 8 lectures, your answer is already there.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
And sir, there
okay,
is a
I'll just tell you
concept of
just a quick hint.
Okay,
Guys,
sir.
please don't unmute if you're not talking. Please keep yourself on mute. Others, yeah. Manan, yeah, you're fine. There was somebody else. Okay, so.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, Manan, you are audible. Can you see this something called as age labeled graph over here? Where's that? Yeah, age labeled graph.
Yes, sir. I can see it. Lecture
Right?
8.4.
So that's your answer. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Watch these lectures, you will get your answer.
Okay. And sir, there is a concept of hops. I wasn't able to understand the concept of hops and jumps.
Okay. I mean, with respect to any specific question or in general?
In general, in previous week.
Okay.
Sir, I have the same doubt. Sorry to interrupt, but I have the same doubt.
If it's the same doubt, then that's fine. Okay, so Manan.
Yes, sir.
The concept of hop or this, what other term you use?
No, sir, hops.
Hops only, right? Yeah.
Yes,
so I will tell you with some very straightforward, easy examples which maybe you can relate. Okay. So where are you from?
Sir, I am from Jabalpur.
You're from Jabalpur, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So consider this: you're trying to travel from Jabalpur to Delhi.
Okay, sir.
Okay, but there is no direct train available. I mean, we have there is no direct train from Jabalpur to Delhi. Just assume that. I know there will be, but just assume
sir,
there isn't.
I'm able to assume that particular situation.
Okay. Yes, so in that case, but still you want to travel. What is the common basic logic you will apply?
Sir, I will go to a particular station from Jabalpur which has a route to Delhi.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
So you will travel from Jabalpur to some location X. And then from that location X, you will find the direct train to Delhi. That means you have to look for two direct trains, one from Jabalpur to location X and another direct train from location X to Delhi, correct?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So during the journey from Jabalpur to Delhi, that location X becomes your hop. Because
Okay,
that
sir.
is the place where you are moving away from one direct path to other path.
Okay, sir. So here X would be my hop.
Yes, X will be your hop. In some scenarios, one hop may not be sufficient. What if you have a direct train from Jabalpur to location X, but that location X doesn't have direct train to Delhi? You may have to take another hop, let's say location Y. So X to Y direct train is there, and then from Y to Delhi train is there. Then you have to take two hops in order to travel from Jabalpur to Delhi. Location
Okay,
X
sir. So
and
there
location
could be n hops then, that particular
Exactly.
number of hops.
Correct. So
between
how
two
many
stations.
maximum hops are possible if you have n stations?
N minus
2.
N minus 2.
Exactly. Correct. Now you have understood the concept.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I didn't understand that what x is exactly.
Okay. So what X is some other station where you have to change your train. There is no direct train. I mean, let me continue on same example. So you are traveling from Jabalpur to Delhi. There is no direct train.
Okay.
So you have to find the connecting trains.
Yeah.
One train which will take you from Jabalpur to some location X, and that from location X to Delhi you have to board. You have to change the train from first train to second train. Correct?
Okay.
So location X is the place where you are changing the trains.
Okay.
That is why that location X or station X, whatever you call it, becomes your one hop.
Okay. Sir, can we relate it as suppose we have the 3 nodes and the middle node which we are going to like A to C. If you want to go A to C, then we go via B. So is that
Exactly.
B is
So
X?
B is, yes. So B is that X. So B becomes your hop while in order to journey from A to C.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So it's
Excuse
not
me.
that difficult a concept.
Yeah, got it, sir.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, relating to this
Yes.
hop.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You said that there is a station X between Jabalpur and Delhi. Suppose if Jabalpur is connected to 5 different stations, and standing in Jaipur, Jabalpur, I do not know which station, which among these 5 can lead me to Delhi. So the only way is to go through each of these stations and find which one connects to Delhi. That's the only way out.
Correct. Yes. See, you have to. Okay. I mean, you don't have to physically go there.
I understand that, but
yeah.
Only way is iteration through all these stations.
Yes, and in order to find this, right, there is a standard algorithm which allows you to find. It's like a neighbor, right? Jabalpur has 5 neighbors, and those one of those 5 neighbors will have Delhi as a neighbor, right? That's what the ideal situation is.
Yes,
and in order to do this, there is a specific graph which is coming up in week 9.
Okay.
Sir, okay.
So this is what I didn't understand.
And hold on. So maybe be patient for one more day. Tomorrow we are releasing week 9. So tomorrow we are. If you have time, then maybe you can study this online also. It's a standard graph called as depth first search, DFS. Okay. Maybe you can look it up online also if you are not able to control your urge to learn. If you are not patient, or else tomorrow anyway it will be available in the portal as week 9. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Sir?
Thank you. Yeah, go on.
I want to know that as he said that we are going through 5 ways. Is that 5? We can say that we have 5 hope in that.
Sorry, can you repeat the last part? I think I missed it.
Can we, if anyone asks like how many hop in it, and then is that 5 is the answer?
No, 5 is not the answer. You have 5 options. You have to choose one of those.
Okay.
I see. I mean, Jabalpur takes you to 5 different locations. That doesn't mean you will go to all 5 locations in order to reach Delhi, right? You will just pick one of those which takes you to Delhi. If all 5 takes you to Delhi, again, you have to just pick one of those which you find suitable.
I want to ask, like, suppose in order we have A, B, C, D, E. Okay,
Okay.
and we have to go A to E. Then
Okay.
is that B, C, D is the hop?
That depends on how the edges are, right? There might be a possibility that there is a direct edge from A to E. Then you may not have to go through those all hops. You can directly go through that edge. It depends on whether there is a direct connection or not. It's not just about the sequence in which the letters come. It's also about whether there is a direct connection or not. Like I think there is week 7 graded assignment has some graphs. So let me pick one of those graphs and explain it.
Get in graded assignment we have.
Yeah, in week 7
Sir,
graded
last
assignment.
question. Sir, last
Okay.
question.
Yeah, now
Last
no, any graph is fine, doesn't matter. Now look at this one. The first one I'm talking about, right?
Sir, last
You're
question is similar to that one you
okay, that's fine. I'm just trying to explain her some concept. So you want to travel from 0 to 4. You can't say just because 1, 2, 3 come in between, 1, 2, and 3 all become hops. No, you can go to 0 to 1 and 1 to 4. So only this node 1 becomes your hop.
Sir, I got it, but if we choose the option 2, see in the option 2, 3, if I want to go 3 to 2, then 0 and 1 is the hop or not?
Yes, they are hops. They are hops because there is no
That's what
alternate
I'm
way.
asking.
Yes, then
Yeah.
0 and 1 are hops.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
In that, is my answer is 2, that we have 2 hops in it.
Yes, in this your answer is 2. In order to reach from 3 to 2, you have 2 hops in between. Correct.
Okay. Got it, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So
Sir, I have doubt in same question, sir.
Same question as in this question.
Actually, the graph which I guess is not right. That's why, can you please?
Okay, hold on, Shampal. Let me finish with the one where the entire thing started. So, Manan, is your doubt clear?
Yes, sir. Related to hops, my doubt is clear.
Okay, fine. So, I'll move to next person. Yeah, Shampal, go on.
Actually, I want to, if you can you please once again explain how to draw the graph, because which I guess it was not right. That's why.
How to draw graph for this question? This question?
No. According to this question number 13.
Okay. So you want me to explain question number 13? Is that the thing you are saying?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. Have you gone through the solution document?
Solution document? Where is the?
Yes. There is something called as graded assignment solution
Okay,
where we have
after the due date,
question.
there is a right question, wrong question marking. I see which one the right option, but I cannot relate.
So yeah, Shampa, so that is the point I am telling you. There is a document, this is solution document, where we have explained why that particular option is right and why the other option is incorrect. Maybe you should read this first before maybe asking in the live session. That's why we release these solution documents well in advance. I mean, immediately after the deadline of the graded assignment, next day morning, we release this PDF with solution. So your question was some question 13, right?
I have not yet gone through that document.
Yeah, then please go through that once. If you have a doubt, I will explain. Okay. I don't know what the question number or this is the question, right?
Yes.
So this is the solution where we have explained each and every option, why it is right or wrong. Please read this particular box over here and you will know you will know it. Otherwise, you come back, I will explain it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. So
but sir, I think we didn't get the solution.
It is there, right there on the portal.
Really, I didn't get it.
You're a
You-
are you a qualifier student?
Eh,
I
Yes,
believe
sir.
it
I'm.
must have been released on both the portals of term and qualifier. Let me check. If not, yeah, it is available on both portals. Please, if not, please refresh your portal and check again.
Okay, okay, sir. No.
Yeah. It was released. It was released today only. I mean, yesterday was the
Yes,
deadline,
sir.
right? Yeah. So you
It's
might have
there.
checked it just before it was released. So it's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So next person I will move to is Khushi.
So actually, I have a doubt in graded assignment 7, week 7.
Okay.
Actually, the question you just explained, 4th and 5th.
Okay.
Sir, I was thinking the pseudocode for question 4 and 5th is similar to question 6 and 7. I mean, I
They
am
all
not
are
able to
similar.
understand the
That's what I
difference.
explained, right? They all are similar with small,
So, sir,
very small, subtle changes are there.
yes, sir. So I was not able to give the answers correctly. So can you explain that? How can I identify it?
Okay. Once again, have you looked at the solution?
Like I gave the answer in 4th question, 5th. For the 4th question, I gave the answer 5th option.
Which is correct.
And yeah, that was correct. And then for 5th also, I gave the option 5th, but the right option was option 3.
Correct, because how variable a var and b var will hold same thing? One is an integer, one is a list. Obviously, they will
Yes, sir,
hold something,
I
some
got
different
that.
information, right?
Yes, sir, I got it, but then I got confused in question number 6. So can you please explain it for a
So for
little?
that, that's what I'm asking you. Have you looked at the solution document which I was talking about, where all these things are explained?
No, sir, actually, I have
Please go
not
through that.
looked
See,
at it yet.
we spend a lot of time creating these documents. If you're not reading it, then it doesn't serve any purpose.
No, sir, I read those, but I didn't get the time to read them, so I'll
So
read
then
them.
take this time immediately right now, just read it. If not, I am here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, see, if something is already there, why to repeat it? I mean, I can spend more time on something else which is not there on the portal, right?
Yes,
Just optimization, nothing else.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
Which document you are speaking about?
Sorry.
Sir, which documents you are speaking about, sir?
I'm talking about this graded assignment solution document, which is exactly below graded assignment.
Okay, okay. Okay, sir.
For every graded assignment, we release graded assignment solution document on Thursday. I mean, Wednesday is your deadline. So Thursday is the day where we release it. I mean, after the deadline. So you can go through that.
As I sent it in on chat also.
Sorry?
Sir, I sent this document
Yeah, you
in
shared
chat
it on the
also.
chat. Okay, great. Okay, yes, Sachin, you're next.
Yes, sir. So I have a doubt in question number 3.
Of?
Sir, of graded assignment 7.
Okay. Again, my first question is, have you looked at the solution?
Yes, sir. I have looked at the solution. I have some other doubt. I mean, it's a kind of general doubt. I mean, here, sir, in the line 5th, it is telling collaboration author 1, author 2 is equal to, sir, collab auth 1, auth 2 plus 1. Sir, here, I mean, we have not initialized collab to anywhere. We have just defined collab is equal to create matrix n comma n. So then I'm not able to understand how it is assuming the numerical value here. I mean, and also we are incrementing it by 1 every time it is satisfying the situation, right? So, sir, please explain it for me here.
Okay. So this collab is equal to create matrix n comma n, correct?
Yes.
So in the lecture, when Professor Madhavan Mukund talked about this create matrix procedure, right? This is a procedure call. He explained that we are gonna consider that it will create a matrix of size n by n, and all the values in that matrix will be 0. So every time whenever we call create matrix, you simply assume that there is a matrix of size n by n, or whatever the parameters over here, right? N comma M, P comma Q, whatever it is. Of that dimension, matrix will be created, and all the values in that matrix will be 0. And if the original value is 0, you are simply incrementing it.
Okay. So, I mean, here it will, though I did it intuitively. My answer was right.
Yeah.
But I was not 100% sure. So again, maybe, yes.
Yeah. So the point is the same. So whenever we create a matrix, you just have to assume that it has all zeros in it as soon as it gets created. That is what the professor have taught in the lecture.
Okay, sir. So can you please tell here in this particular question, what value it will have here? I mean, 0 and 1 only, or as if like book 0 is equal to 4 comma 0. So
yeah, it is possible to have more than, I mean, greater than 1, right? Because we are incrementing +1, +1, +1. It can go up to any number, right? Depends on what is how many books are co-authored by these. I mean, they have collaborated together and authored a book. It depends on that number.
Okay, so I just had this doubt key in this line 5, we are incrementing collab variable basically. It's a variable, right, sir?
Collab is a matrix variable. Yes, right. It's a dictionary actually.
Yes.
In that, first level key is author 1, second level key is author 2.
Author 2 and author
at
1,
that
author
specific location, some value is there. We are incrementing that value.
That value is given like 4 comma 0 according to we have just, I mean, indicated.
It will not be 4 comma 0, right? It will be integer value.
Integer value.
Yeah. So if it's an integer value, let's say author 1 and author 2 have collaborated initially on 2 books. And now you find one more book where they have collaborated. You make it from 4 from 3.
Okay. I got it.
You got it. And that is why the next slide, when we say author 1 and author 2 have collaborated, we should increment it for both author 1, 2 as well as 2, 1. Because I mean, it's a symmetric matrix, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's the logic.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next is Bhavna. Bhavna Agarwal, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well.
So my question is practice assignment week 7 1.
Okay.
That is little confusion.
Okay. Once again, for practice assignment also, we have solution. Have you gone through that?
Yes, we gone through the solution.
Okay.
There is a line, if the difference in the physics marks in the corresponding student is at most 5.
Right. We are talking about first question, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, at the most 5, correct.
So this is confuse me. I write it as 0 to 5, but in the question is, in the solution is -5 to 5. So I'm confused why.
Okay. See, the reason is what the statement says, if the difference between physics marks of 2 students, right? That is what we are talking about.
Yes,
what yes, you said is correct. If you are you are subtracting higher marks minus lower marks. If you do this subtraction, then your logic is correct. It will be from 0 to 5.
Yes, sir.
But what if I am subtracting the student with lower marks minus higher marks? Then it will be some negative value.
No, sir, I'm not understand.
Okay, fine. Consider this. Consider this. There's student 1 who got 70 marks.
Yes, sir.
70. Okay. And then there is student 2 who got 73 marks.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, according to you, it depends on whether you do 73 minus 70 or 70 minus 73. Either you will get +3 or -3.
Okay.
But in either case, difference is 3, right?
Yes, sir.
That is why you should consider range from -5 to +5.
Okay, sir.
Because whenever we do this calculation in iteration, right, we are not checking whether this marks of I is greater than marks of J or not. There is a possibility that marks of I is, this is maybe 70 and marks of J is 73. So you did 70 minus 73. Your answer is -3. But still the difference is 3 only, which is at most 5.
Okay.
That's
Thank
why
you.
it should be -5 to +5. I don't know whether this is the correct answer, but that is why everywhere it's minus. No, I mean, last option is incorrect. It will be one of first 3.
No, this one is correct.
This one is only correct. Yeah. Understood?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. So next is Pratik.
Hello, sir. Yes, this is regarding to last question in graded assignment 7.
Okay.
Actually, my answer was 20. And so it is a 25 because of the 0 to 0 relation.
Okay.
So I want to know that this graph is a directed graph, right?
Correct.
So can we call it a clique because clique is undirected? So
It's not necessary that every time, I mean, it's not mandatory, but usually the concept of clique comes into picture when we talk about, when we consider undirected graphs. This is something I had a lengthy discussion on this particular concept, I think, day before yesterday in one of the session.
okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
so here we have to consider the
I think
In
Sapna was
the
there
Google Meet session.
yeah, the other session where we had a almost 1 hour discussion on the concept of clique. So,
Yes,
but
sir.
yeah, I mean, just to summarize what you are answered, I mean, the thing is, the concept of clique is relevant for undirected graphs.
yes, that's why my answer
Yes.
was 20, but
Yeah.
here that the reachable thing is come, so that's
Yeah.
why maybe 0 to 0 is also the matrix
It's a reachability,
value.
right?
Right,
It's just
yes,
not
yes.
actually directly related to clique.
Correct.
Yes.
But just it was another doubt. So
Okay.
is it a click or not? So can I
Okay,
get the recording?
See, the Google Meet sessions are not recorded. Those are on-demand sessions. So
okay.
yeah, those are not our scheduled session which are on Zoom live stream. Those are, I
Right,
mean,
right.
kind of informal sessions.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir, just related to this,
Yeah.
you were saying that clicks are considered in undirected graphs. So, for example, if we made a mentoring graph, then if A mentors B and B mentors A in another subject, so that would not be a click?
You can consider that as a click. There is nothing wrong in it. But see, application wise, right? That's the same thing which I was talking yesterday, before yesterday. So see, the concept click was introduced to you for a specific reason. There are a lot of applications which are involved with the concept of click, and they are relevant only for undirected graphs. That's why I'm saying do not think too much about clicks when we talk about directed graphs. It doesn't
So our focus
have that
area
much of importance.
Okay, so our focus area in case of clicks would be for undirected graphs rather than for directed graphs.
Exactly, correct.
So, sir, here the graph is cyclic. That's why it can be assumed as a undirected also. Correct.
No. Don't say that. It is a directed graph. You cannot assume this as a undirected. That's not how you should do it.
Okay.
See, the thing is, I'll tell you why not with small example. I want to go from 2 to 1. Okay.
Yeah.
In this graph, you have to go through 3, 4, 0 in order to reach to 1.
Okay.
But otherwise, you can directly go from 2 to 1 if you remove arrows.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a huge difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, regarding this directed and undirected graph, sir, in the same picture that you are showing, can there be, I mean, can part of the graph be directed and part of the graph be undirected, sir? Is that allowed or is it
no,
illegal?
that's not allowed. That's not allowed. It's an invalid graph if you see something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so coming back to Manan, yes, go on. Manan, are you there? Manan, if you're talking, you're on mute. All right, I think some network issue or something else. I don't know. But yeah, anybody else have any doubt? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are
Yes, sir.
very
Yes,
strong.
sir.
You are audible.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So if
Sir,
anyone has a doubt, please raise your hand and
Sir, I missed your that Clique class that have happened in Google Meet.
Okay.
So how can I catch up that session, because I really missed that class?
Okay. I mean, we don't. There is no possibility of you getting that session now because it's not recorded. Gmeet doesn't allow recording anymore to be. I mean, if you guys know that. But anyways, we have time. Let me quickly give a quick example. Explain you Clique in maybe another 2-3 minutes. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me,
Yes,
sir.
that would be great.
Yeah.
So just one
Yes.
more thing.
Yes.
Sorry, hi Nishant. Just one thing. This question, last question that we were solving, the
Yeah.
answer came out to be 25.
Yeah.
I missed out on the part. I think my network got disconnected. Missed out on the part about the calculation for 25 because I was able to only see the 5 connections, which will result in 5 ones, which will add up to 5 only.
Okay. So earlier, who was asking about this question? Who asked the doubt on this particular thing? What 2025 was the confusion? I missed the name.
Me, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Pratik. So would you like to explain why it is 25? Now you have understood it.
Okay, I will try.
Yeah, go on.
So
Yes,
hello.
Pratik, go on.
Yes. Okay, so here the matrix will be right. The index for rows is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and for columns, also it will be same. So what they ask here is you have 5 stations numbered from 0 to 4, and they ask for what is the reachability. Means you can go from 0 station to 2 station, second number station, or from 1 number station to third station. So when you create a matrix for it, so 0 to 0 is also possible because you can go via 1, 2, 3, 4 and again to 0. So that's why the matrix value will be for 1 position, it will be 1. And likewise, we have we can put the values for 1, 2, 3, 4 also in 1 value.
So in that
whole
case, I
matrix
understood your
will
point.
be whole
I
matrix will
got your
be
point.
having.
I think I missed out on that instead of unidirectional.
Yes.
Leading to 0, 0, like for example, our matrix goes on 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in column and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in row. Then when I start filling in the matrix, the connectivity, that is the unidirectional flow, is accountable for 1, right?
Yes.
And then from 0 to 1, so 0 to 1, it will be marked as 1.
Right.
From 0 to 2, it should be marked as 0. But since what we are saying is that since it is going to 1 and then 1 to 2, then therefore it will be marked as 1 again.
Correct.
Is that what we are saying?
Yes, that's what we are saying. See, consider
Right,
this.
right.
Consider it like this. There is no direct train from 0 to 2.
Right.
But there is a one place where you can change train and reach to 2. So reachability wise, it is reachable. May not be direct train, but by using some change.
Agree to the point, sir. In the same test paper, there was another question which showed the matrix also. Can we scroll up a bit?
Okay. You remember question number?
This one.
Yeah.
In which we were wanting to fill up the values represented in the matrix based on the So in this one, we were able to fill, if it is a direct connection, then only we fill 1. Otherwise, we fill 0.
Right.
How is this different from the last question?
It might have mentioned like that.
Because here they ask for a direct connection, not for a reachability, like we have discussed for hop.
It is specifically mentioned. See, there is a difference between direct connection and reachability. Reachability is different. Reachability you can reach using multiple hops, but direct connection is a different thing. So there are two different things which are asked in two different questions.
Yes, sir.
But the last question matrix will not look like this. That will look like 1, 1, 1 in filled
Yes,
in.
the entire matrix will have hold ones, or there will be 25 ones.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Yeah. And how do we differentiate between the reachability and accessibility in these two separate options?
Accessibility and reachability are synonyms in this sense.
One and the same thing.
One and same thing. Yeah, it's a
direct connectivity.
See, it will be precisely mentioned in the question whether what exactly we are looking for.
Maybe I missed out on that. I was just hoping if I could, if you could guide me where I missed out on that.
Okay, what
is related to upper question.
Yeah, above. There is a common question above, right? 14 to 20. Right. So what it says: use the below graph representing 6 attendees to the party, for question number 14 to 20. Right. Who is the host? Enter the number 0 to 5. So this is the. I mean, I'm just giving you some background. This is fine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what is happening here? There is some party and 4 is a host who's inviting other person. That other person might be inviting few other people and so on. Right? That is the idea behind this graph.
Right.
Okay. So keeping that in mind, fill the missing values in the matrix representation A. Right?
Right.
So what we are saying 0, 5. What is the
so
okay? Let's go in this order. Let's go in this order. A. What is A? A is this, which is 2, 1.
2 to 1. So 2 to 1 is not going, so that's why it will be 0.
No, 2 to 1 is there, na? 2 to 1. Okay, sorry. 2
to 1.
Sorry
there is a direct
edge, right? Sorry, yes, you are right. Sir,
sorry.
You are right. 2 to 1 is there, so it will be 0.
It will be 1.
Sorry, it will be 1. It will be 1. It will be 1.
Yes. Then we are talking about B. So for B, what is the case? It is from 4 to 3.
4 to 3, which is not happening because 4 is only going to 0.
4 to 3. No, 4 to 3
4
is
to
there.
3 is also going. Yes, yes, yes.
4 to 3
so
is also there.
This is directly asking for a direct connectivity.
No, actually, the background for this question
4 will not be giving the. Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt. Because this question is yes. So this question having the information regarding the party, and they ask for the message which is carry forward to another one. So it should be identical. Because when you forward the invitation, the same message will be carried forward.
4 is not giving the message directly to 3 or even via 3.
Yeah, so we have to just for identical message.
Yeah.
Look for the identical. Okay.
And in the last question, that was connected to the train ones, right?
No, it's not mentioned. In last question, it is purely based about reachability. From this location where all positions you can reach.
So this code, when we are mentioning sum is equal to sum plus b r comma c rc, then that is calculating all the indices of the matrix, right?
Yes, yes, correct. We are just adding all the values which are available in the matrix. All 25 values we are adding.
If at all in this very graph, if 4 was not getting connected to 0 again, would the answer still be the similar or same?
No, it will change, right? If you do not connect 4 to 0, then 0 has reachability to only 4 vertices.
4.
1 has reachability to 3 vertices.
Right.
So 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1.
Right. Understood. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yes, sure. Thanks. Okay, so Amit, you have raised your hand. Amit Lamba.
Sir, I am having doubt in that question number 4, sir. There it is written some options. So how we need to solve that question, please? Sir?
Question 4. This is graded assignment, right?
The same, sir.
I think question 4
Yes,
I
sir. Yes,
already
in the
explained.
same,
I
sir.
believe we started the session with question 4 only. Yeah, this question 4 we have already explained. Can you go back to this YouTube session
No,
and
sir.
look for it?
Sir, from downside, sir. Downside means please. Yes, sir. Can means you explained this, sir. I have joined late, sir. That's
So
why.
it is there available on
Have you
YouTube.
explained
You
this,
can go back and
sir?
check it. Amit, it doesn't make any sense repeating same thing which is already there on YouTube. You can just go to your YouTube's link and go back for a few minutes. You will find explanation for this. Okay, I have explained this question.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
In this same session.
Okay, sir.
Maybe go half an hour back.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. Sir.
Okay. Yes. Thanks. Rahul, are you there?
Hello. Yes, sir,
Yes.
am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Go on.
Sir, I have a doubt. In the direct route pseudocode, it's in lecture 8.3.
Okay.
So my doubt is, sir, the direct route pseudocode will generate a matrix which will return that like 1 in the place of intermediate stations also, or only the starting and ending stations.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at that pseudocode because I can't remember all pseudocodes. Can you just tell me the lecture number and timestamp where that pseudocode is visible in the lecture?
8.3, sir. 8.3.
Okay. Do you have timestamp?
Sir, 1 minute. I have like 6:13. It is written somewhere 6:13. It's
6:13. Is that the one?
Yeah. This is the one, sir. This is the one.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So your doubt is about this direct route procedure, right?
Yeah. So this will okay.
Yeah, go on. Now, can you repeat your question, because now I can it makes more sense. Yeah.
So sir, my question was, this will return a matrix ultimately.
Correct.
But will it be returning a matrix which will basically it will return a matrix which will give a direct edge between the starting and the ending station, and because they are just including the starting and ending stations.
Right.
So my question is like there might be some intermediate stations also where obviously this train goes like direct. So those stations will be included in that. Those edges will be included in that matrix or not? That's the doubt I have.
Oh, okay. I got your point, because okay. Okay, so with respect to logic of this question, I don't think that is happening. Let me just confirm it. It is taking, right? It is taking. So all those will be updated.
Okay, ultimately everything will be included, like the
Yes.
intermediate.
See,
Okay.
see, if there is a train which is going from location, let's say A to Z, then whatever stations come in between also has a direct path, right? Yeah, that is also getting considered here.
Okay. Can you show me that piece of code where the that thing is like evident? How did you understand? How did you interpret that, sir?
Okay. See. Okay. Hold on. Let me first quickly remove this. Okay. Yeah. So first, can you tell me what you have understood in this code? Because I think you did not understood this code at all.
I have understood the code. I have understood that the first procedure is what we are doing is we are just creating a dictionary for the train source and for the train destination. Then we are like indexing those stations with the names. Names of the, like we are giving 0 to n minus 1. We are giving 0 to n minus 1 to the station names, different stations. We are assigning a different value. And then ultimately we are creating a matrix using two things. This matrix has two parameters. One is
before
like
that, hold on. So what are actually values? You have this n into n, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we have n. This is n into n. Yeah.
Correct. So what all stations are available in this n into n? What will be the value of n? I mean, I'm not asking exact number, but what that will represent?
So all the length, all the stations. How many stations are there? Like total number of stations.
Total. Are you sure? Total number of stations or total number of only stations where either train is starting or ending?
I think so. It will be the total number of stations only.
No, I mean where we are getting that list. There are many stations which fall on the route from X to Y, but that station is not a starting point or ending point for any train. So we do not have card for that station, right?
Acha, okay. Sir, we have all the.
What I'm saying is, it's not necessary that every station is a terminal, right?
Okay. Okay.
Is there any place from where we are getting this information of those stations in this particular block?
This is from the same the station cards, sir, that we have. Like,
correct. So this is coming from trains card, right? As per the first loop.
Yeah.
We are getting the information from trains card starting and ending.
Right.
And that we are setting it to true.
Yeah.
Correct. So that means on the train card, we are picking the first station and last station.
Yeah. Right.
And for those stations, we took the length of keys of stations. So n will represent the number of all those stations which are either starting point or ending point for any train.
Okay. Yeah.
Is this part clear?
Yeah. This is clear.
This is clear. So that is what this create matrix is. So create matrix that n by n, we will hold only those stations, not all stations. There are some stations which are not actually terminals.
Okay, so their cards are not. Okay. Right.
Are you understanding? The cards might be there, but right now in this, as per this logic, we are not considering those stations.
Yeah. Right.
Right, and that's why I said that I think you misunderstood the code itself.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so whatever the logic is applicable is only relevant for those n number of stations. Whether, and in that sense, they always have. I mean, they will always have some direct route.
Okay.
Because even though they are coming in between some other train, they have their own trains also.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you getting? If there is a train, let's say from going from Bengaluru to Delhi via Mumbai. Okay, for that train, Mumbai is an intermediate station. We may or may not consider Mumbai for that train from Bengaluru to Delhi. But Mumbai has its own trains, right? Starting and ending.
Okay. Right.
Because of that, it will be considered.
Okay.
But there is a possibility that there might be some small station on that route which is not starting or ending point at all. Then that station is not considered in this n into n thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I believe now your doubt is clear.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That is the point. Maybe with this new information, go through this pseudocode again.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
So just to add on to that query, sorry. So just to add on to that query, and by going by whatever you have explained, that sounds very perfect. But what will happen with each station? Because each station might be terminal for 2 or more trains. So will it appear once or will it appear many times?
It will not have to, right? It's a Boolean value. We are just keeping it either true or false.
As long as it is an starting station for minimum one train, it will come in that
it becomes
list
true.
of
Yes, it becomes true.
Right.
Right.
And also a train goes from Bengaluru
I mean,
to Delhi.
you might overwrite that true again and again when you see it multiple times, but ultimately
But
value
it will
will
still
remain true. Yes.
Got your point, sir.
Yeah.
And also the train which is going from Bengaluru to Delhi in the example that you gave, it might also come back from Delhi to Bengaluru. So these
definitely
two will
it will,
appear,
right? Definitely it will. That's how our database
so
is designed.
whether it is a starting point or it is an ending point, the first part of the code takes care that this station will appear in our list of matrices.
Yes, correct.
Got
Okay,
it.
sir.
Hello,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in that question, just a small doubt is, here we created a dictionary which is empty for stations,
Correct.
right? So when we set the Boolean value to true, okay, so that list will be included in that dictionary, right?
It is not a list.
I mean to say the trains T and start.
Yes. See,
Yes.
what is trains T start?
Maybe a trains T may be the number which is given to the train, and start will be the station.
See, okay, listen. I think the thing is trains itself is a dictionary.
Okay.
In that you access that particular key T.
Okay.
And for that train T, you have a starting point, that start.
Okay.
So it's a nested dictionary which you are using as a key for another dictionary. I know it's too complicated, but that is what is happening.
Okay. Okay.
Are you understanding? This original trains, which is a parameter, is a dictionary which holds all trains.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
In that you access for some particular train T.
Okay.
Now that you access means what? You got the entire card of that particular train.
Right.
From that you picked only the starting point, which is, let's say in this case, as I said, the train is going from Bengaluru to Delhi. So start becomes Bengaluru.
Yes.
So then for stations, you created a key called Bengaluru and you assign value true.
Okay.
Similarly, in next line, for that stations, for that same key, you pick end. Now in this case, end is Delhi. So you in that stations dictionary, you created a key called Delhi and you assign value true.
Assign the value
That
true.
is what is happening.
Okay. So dictionary will have the train number and true value.
No, this station will have it will have a station name, right?
Right.
Station
Okay.
name.
Yes. Name. Okay.
So that will be the key, and all station names are unique. So there is no issue.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, still a few more hands raised.
So here it's written map station name to row and column indices. So what is this mapping? Mapping means?
Where is it written? Map station names to row and columns. Okay. This point number, the second last point, right?
Yes, sir. Fourth point.
Yes. So using right now, this is what I explained, right? After that, we are creating this create matrix of size n by n, n comma n, right?
Yes, sir.
From where that n is coming? N is coming from length of keys of stations. So whatever number of keys are there in this dictionary stations, that is your n.
N, right, sir.
So that means in this particular station, let's say there are 50 different stations for which we set it to true. That means there are 50 such stations which are either starting point or ending points.
Right, sir.
So when we create this matrix n comma n, you get those 50 stations on the row side and column side. So you create a matrix for those 50 stations. That's what it says. Map station names to row and column indices.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Is it clear? So right now we just talked about Bengaluru and Delhi, right?
Yes.
So Mumbai was a hop. So Bengaluru and Delhi will appear on both sides, rows and columns in that matrix, because they both were set to true.
Okay, sir. Okay,
because that we are picking it from stations dictionary. I mean, we cannot have that as an index. It will have some unique number. That's something which we are assuming that it will have index 0, 1, 2 or so, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe we can say Bengaluru is maybe index 5 and Delhi is index 7, something like that. But ultimately, it's a matrix where both Bengaluru and Delhi will appear on rows and columns both sides. Then only you can have one over there, right? Because there is a direct train from Bengaluru to Delhi. So for that particular cell in that matrix, you will put 1.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Because there is a direct train. Right?
Right, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Excuse
so I
me,
move
sir.
to next person. Yes. Yes.
So,
Is that Manan? Yeah.
I don't have a doubt, but for a while I wasn't there for the live session, and when I came back, it was showing that host was trying to unmute me. So, was there something you wanted to say?
No,
call out to?
actually, yeah. Because your hand was raised, I called your name multiple times. You are not there, so I thought you are on unmute. So do you have a doubt?
Okay. No, sir. My doubt was cleared.
Oh, your hand was raised. That's why I called your name.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll move to next person. Shibin.
Yes, sir. For the graded assignment 7, can you please explain question number 8?
Okay. Have you gone through the solution?
Yes, sir. I have gone through, but still I couldn't, as it was more or less similar to the question number 6 and 7. So I'm not getting it.
Okay. The 6, 7. This is the one, right? Question number 6.
No, sir.
Or
8.
8.
8. Yeah.
Okay.
The question number
Sorry.
8 is similar to 6 and 7. I'm
Yeah. All those
all
questions from 4 onwards are similar.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me, I mean, your understanding of this code? Then maybe I will tell you where you are going wrong.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what you are understanding after looking at this code? What is happening over here?
The matrix collab, it is having the values where both author 1 and author 2 are collaborating.
Correct.
But I'm not getting like from where the answer for question number 8 is like related to some books, like maximum number of books is published. So here in that collab matrix, the books there is a sequential number, right? Sequence number 0, 1, 2. So I think that is the books. It is like 0 to m-1 is the number of books, right? So in collab matrix there is no both rows and columns are
Correct. That both rows and columns are related to authors in collab matrix. That part is correct.
But answer is related to the number of books.
Yes, because even though rows and columns are related to authors, between those two authors, I mean, inside matrix, some values will be there, right?
Yes.
Those values are representing books.
Okay.
Are you understanding?
So it's like where both the authors have collaborated on one single book. So when
Correct.
we add up all the things, all the values, it will be like the total number of books. Am I correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So you pick in any particular row or column for any author and add all those values.
Yes.
That means that's the number of books that particular author has published. I mean, in collaboration, the author might have published something on his or her own. That is different story. But in collaboration, that author has published those many number of books. When you add up any particular row or any column, that's the value you get.
Okay. So
And I believe that's the answer over here, right?
Yes.
That's what 8 represents. I don't know what 8 represents, but I think that's what it should.
Actually, it is
Maximum number of books published by any author, correct?
Any author. So
Yeah.
since you told, right, it is in collaboration. So since that word collaboration was not there, so it got so I marked option number 1.
No, that's not the, I mean, even in that case, you cannot say option 1 is correct, right? And it is given that this collaboration information is already given as part of question number 3. So you cannot say that it was not there. It is already there. I mean, it's a follow-up question, right?
No. I'm asking like
So in the
no. I'm telling in option number 8, there was no word of collaboration, like maximum number of books published by the author in collaboration.
It's not required because the entire data available to us is only about collaboration. We do not have data about non-collaborated books. Okay, if some author published something on its own, we do not have their data and we are not interested in that data. Our entire dictionary, entire table is about the authors who have done some collaborative work.
Okay.
Right?
So in that, just to add on to that, so in that particular code, if any author is a part of collaboration, might it be with author B or author C? If A is collaborating with anyone else, his name will automatically appear in the list.
Yes.
Henceforth, his name will get the books in his name will get added according to that particular code.
Correct. If it's a collaborated book, then only it will come, right? If it's
then
not,
only it will appear. And if he has collaborated with any of the author, his name will appear twice, thrice, or many times.
Correct.
Henceforth, the answer will that by any author, if he has collaborated books published in the list, then it will automatically appear. So the highest number of books published by any author will give us the maximum AVR, which is the count over here.
Yes, correct. Correct. So, Shibin, have you understood that part?
Yes, sir. But by any author or by it would be like maximum number of books published by all the authors, right?
No, I mean it will be some one person, right, who have published maximum.
Yeah. So that author also will be in collaboration with some other authors, right?
Yes, correct. But that doesn't mean that other author is gonna be same. I published 10 books, but I might have published all 10 books with 10 different authors. Yes. And all those 10 people might have just one book with me. So I cannot count them. I mean, when I say max, you should count only me, not them. Correct?
Yes. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, actually, sir, if I can just intervene, probably because the count is getting reset to 0. Once we are going to another row, the count is going to reset to 0 since it is calculating at each author level.
Correct.
Yeah.
It
is not cumulative as in author 1, author 2, author 2 because of this count equal to 0.
Yes,
this would not have
we
been
are trying to find. We are trying to find maximum. We are not trying to find how many such books are there. Correct. If we want to do that, then we'll add up all and divide by 2.
Yeah.
That is different. We are just finding maximum. Yeah.
Count equal to 0 is gonna be set for each and every author.
Each and every author
is appearing. Each and every author for each of them count is gonna reset to 0 for the first. And then as many number of times his name appears in the collaborative list, his count will keep on increasing by 1.
Correct. And as soon as you finish that author and you start with new author, you should start again with 0. That's why count is resetting to 0.
So for that particular author, the count will be stored and that will reflect, that will come in use once we are entering the second part of the code, that is count is greater than AVR.
Correct. So if it is greater
than
AVR,
if my previous author has got 3 books in his name in collaboration with XYZ other authors, and my current author is having 4 books, then automatically my numbers AVR and BVR will change to author B and number will change to 4 maximum number of books.
Correct. Absolutely.
सर इसमें मेरा एक डाउट था कि अगर मेरे पास 2 ऑथर्स ऐसे हैं जिनकी सेम नंबर ऑफ बुक्स हाईएस्ट नंबर ऑफ बुक्स पब्लिश्ड है, then what will it do?
Okay, then
if I have author A and author C who have both got 4 books published and that number is coincidentally the highest, then what it will do? Will it consider only author C because his name is appearing later, or will it no, it will not actually update because it's not greater than AVR. Whosoever is appearing first will end up with the highest number.
Correct. I mean, as per the logic, that's what will happen because equal to sign is not there. If you put equal to sign, then the last one will appear.
and there is no way of appending that. It will not, I mean, for appending the list, I'll have to create another list of the authors whosoever are.
Yes, correct. If that is the case, then you can make that bware as a list and you can append it. That possibility is there, but the current code doesn't allow you to do that.
I think that it is one of the following questions. The beware as a list as the following question. It's one of the following questions. If I'm
It
not
is
wrong.
there, huh? Yeah. So that is there. The following question has that. But it, it's a list, but it with some different logic. But anyway, Nishant, what you said over here is correct. If you append it, it's allowed. Otherwise, right now you can store only one person's name, even though there are multiple people with highest value.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, so let me go back to the person who originally asked this. So Shiben, have you understood this?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah,
Okay.
I got it. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thanks.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, somebody spoke.
Hello,
yeah,
sir.
Badrish, you are next.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, Badrish.
Yeah. So I have a doubt in graded assignment 6, third question.
Okay. Which
Yeah,
6 happened a week back, right?
Yeah, week 6. Yeah.
Okay. Have you looked at the solution?
Yeah. I understood the most of the solution, but just I have a small doubt in procedure
number
3.
3. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Tell me.
I just couldn't understand about like procedure. I cannot understand that procedure. How we are getting like.
Okay, which procedure you did not understand?
Yeah,
there are 2 procedures.
Yeah, last one.
This eligible.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, in eligible procedure, you are getting 2 parameters, D and X, right? D is the dictionary and X is the one card at a time, one card or one row at a time, right?
Yeah, right.
So what we are doing, there is sublist, there is some list called mathematics, physics, and chemistry. C is equal to 0.
So
right?
why we are defining sublist here? Like,
because we are doing it for all 3 subjects, right?
Okay.
The entire procedure is executing for all three different subjects.
Okay.
So this for this particular logic, I mean, this for each loop, we want it to get executed for 3 subjects.
Okay.
That is why we created that list.
Okay.
So for each subject in sublist. So what is the first value of subject? Subject is a variable.
Right.
What will the initial value of subject will be mathematics?
Yes.
So if D of mathematics, X dot city town, it will be some value because this X card is a student, right? That student will have some city.
Okay.
Is equal to X dot subject. What is X dot subject? X dot subject is that subject is right now we know mathematics. So X dot mathematics is the marks of that card X. So if they are equal, then we are incrementing C, the variable C.
So like first we are updating the dictionary, like
yes.
Then from there we will get another kind of list or something where.
Okay, first of all, you have to understand what the dictionary D is holding at the end.
Yeah.
What the D is, if
like
it
city-wise
is
maximum
tricky, maximum marks of what?
City-wise.
City-wise and subject-wise.
Yeah, subject-wise.
Okay, so under mathematics, there will be 10 different keys.
Right.
For each key, so for each city.
Yeah.
And against that key, there will be value, individual value, max value. Right. So over here, what we are checking is there is a possibility. For example, mathematics Chennai.
Okay.
There are multiple students who got max marks. Possible?
Suppose for mathematics Chennai, we have marks 88, and we have another card. Like we have another card that is X subject, right? X
yes.
mathematics.
We
are comparing.
And again Chennai, and marks is also 88.
Okay.
That I mean, there is a possibility, right, that multiple students from same city in same subject got. same marks, and coincidentally that's the maximum. That is what we are counting with that C. How many such are there?
Can you also explain me through the solution which you have been
the solution which is posted on the
yes.
I don't know what the solution says, but okay, let's go through.
No, it's the same, but I couldn't understand.
It will be same because that's what the code is doing.
Yeah, right.
It has to be same, but yeah. Okay. Question 3, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes takes some time. Okay, which part of that solution? Because it will be okay. So these are the toppers. I mean, these are actual values. You don't have to know them, but just for simplicity, we have added this table. You don't have to actually create it. And you might see some. Okay, right now, for example, as I was talking, right? Chennai mathematics 87, right?
Yeah.
There is a possibility that there are multiple students who got 87.
Yes.
In mathematics, and the same, those students are from Chennai.
Yeah. Okay.
Then both those students are eligible.
Okay. So
to be considered as topper of the city.
That students should be from Chennai and subject.
I mean, what I'm saying is, if I am saying who all are eligible to be called as mathematics toppers of Chennai.
Okay.
Then there are more than one student, right?
Yeah, right.
There are 2 students who are eligible for that particular tag.
Yeah, right.
That is what that procedure is finding out. How many such students are eligible?
Okay.
That is what that particular code which we were talking about, right? That eligible. This eligible procedure is finding out that with that variable C. If there are 2, there are 3, 4, 5, whatever, that will keep incrementing, and that is what ultimately we are returning. How many such are there?
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah, understood. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. Next is Nupur.
Yes, hello, sir.
Hello.
Week 5, this in this actually week 5 and week 7 doubt is related. So this polar matrix, it is saying first of books of I. So first of books of I is first only one element. First element.
Nupur, hold on. Can you precisely tell me which question? I will open that here and then can we have a discussion?
Yeah, question number 3. This one. You came to week 7. Go to week 7, please.
Okay. Yeah, week 7.
Yeah, graded assignment.
Okay. Yeah. Question number
3.
3. Okay.
Yes, sir. First of all, this matrix, no. This 0 to m minus 1, but author 1 4, then 5, and then 0 and 33. So, I'm not able to understand this representation. After 4, 5 is coming, it's ending. So what?
See, this is
the
just
tag number for the author. That's the tag number for, sorry, sir, if I might add, that's just the tag number for the authors represented by the card, library card. So author number 4 might collaborate with author number 0. And author number 5 might collaborate with author number 33. That is what it is intending to say.
Okay, I understand that. So, okay. But over here, what is happening is this last n minus 1 is the last one or not?
It is the last one. See, don't worry about actual values. This is just a sample table given to you. There are multiple values in between from 0 to m minus 1.
All right. So it can be in any order. In between 4 and 5, I can have 6, 11, 10, anything.
Order is actually not important because ultimately you are going to have a dictionary, and dictionary anyway doesn't preserve order. So Doesn't matter your order is there or not. When you say keys of books, it will return list of all the keys. So either you iterate in specific order or any order, unless and until you process every single key, it is okay.
All right.
So, but in this particular table, the order of books is the serial number of the books is important, right? That is always going to be in the ordered format.
Yeah, that is different. That is different. I'm talking about the pseudocode or the dictionary.
Right.
Yeah.
So author number or author token number or author identification number might or might not be in order, because that author might collaborate. 4 might appear 2 times, 5 might appear 3 times.
Correct.
33 might appear just once. But the serial number of the books is what this table is organized with. So that's why it is going from 0 to m-1.
0 to m-1.
There are only n books.
Yes, that is required, right? Otherwise, you will not even know what size of matrix to create.
Matrix to create, or what is the sequence of the matrix. At least one parameter needs to be sequenced out.
Exactly. That is correct. And that is why, see, this dot means there is something in between available, but you don't actually have to know those values.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when we scroll down to the pseudocode, there it's written this author one is first of books of I. Now, first of anything is on first element.
Correct.
Now, I is list. So, in the list also.
I is not a list. I is not a list. I is a key in that dictionary books.
Okay.
Keys of I, see, keys of books will return a list for each I. So I will hold first value in that list for first iteration. For second iteration, I will hold second value in that list, and so on. That's how this works.
So I is a key, you said.
Yes, see, books is a dictionary.
Books is a dictionary, yes.
Okay, so when we say keys of books, so is that if it's a dictionary, then there will be multiple keys in that dictionary?
Multiple keys. Keys in the sense is the 0 to n-1.
See,
keys in the sense is the author identification number 4 and 0.
In this case, yes, author identification number, correct.
So when we are talking about first of the that thing, that is number 4 in the example that that is written above. For example, we have books 0 is equal to 4, 0. So that identifies that 4 is the first of that key. That therefore that is the author number 1, and 0 is the second of that key. That is the author number 2. So it is just a code to generate this particular list, this particular key of the whole set.
Correct. So with that example, what the person is saying, your I will become this 0. And when you say first of books of I is what? Books of 0. Books of 0 gives you a list, and first of that, which is 4. So author 1 variable will hold is 4, and last of books, which is last is this. So author 2 variable will hold this 0.
So
with respect to this particular example given here.
Okay. So this 4 and 0. So whenever, so next is suppose 10 and 1. So it will be 10 and 1. And if they have collaborated, so they will be the pair who have collaborated.
Yes.
And
so if they have collaborated, then we will increment their value. If they have already collaborated with something else, we will increment that with +1. If they are not, then it will be initially 0. We will make it +1. So whatever their previous collaborated work was there, we will increment that by 1, because they again collaborated. Because it's possible, right? Same authors might collaborate again and again.
So this part of the code deals with author 1 and 2 appearing twice. So as you said that 10 and 1, the second book number can be 10 and 1. Author 1 is 10 and author 2 is 1. So it might appear in book number 3 or 4 as author 1 is 1 and author 2 is 10. So that pair might come as author 1 and 2 or author 2 and 1. So that will be countable. So
yes,
and
because
at the end
when
of the
I
code,
say I collaborated
with yes.
Yeah, so when I say collaboration, it's a symmetric relation, right?
Right.
When I say I am collaborating with you, that implies you are collaborating with me.
Yes.
But in the book, it might appear the first name is coming of yours or mine. That can change in
That can
different
change,
book.
and that doesn't affect
henceforth,
our logic, because we
yeah.
are
So this
writing it
code
both
takes
sides.
care of that. Yeah, this code takes care of that. That whether author 1 and 2 appear in that sequence or author 2 and 1 appear in that sequence, the same will be countable and accountable for increasing the number.
So you are saying, for example, that 0 and 4 and 0, which is written, you use the word book. See, book is a, this is a book library dictionary or book dictionary.
This is this books dictionary, which is explained in this lecture. It is, see, these books are in library. It's just a hypothetical thing. We are not talking about any specific, specific data set or anything.
So now whoever was speaking, he was saying that 4 is the book and 0 is the book. So
no, 4 and 0 are the authors who collaborated together for this book number 0.
Okay. So yeah, now we will go to this week 5. My a little doubt is there.
Week 5.
Explanation of subpart, the last video.
Okay.
This tutoring on answering subpart pseudocode question.
This one?
Yes.
Answering subpart pseudocode questions based on list. Okay.
Scroll down towards the end. Yeah.
Any specific timestamp?
Yes, this one. So yes, wait.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, okay. This over here. See, first of books I understand, least number of pages. Last of books I understand most. Last of books is the most number of pages among all the books in the library. Okay. And then it is saying this one, the second last option in the video, it was saying last of first of books is the sequence number of pages, most number of pages among all the books in the library. It was saying sequence number. So how do I know if it is sequence number or what is it?
Okay. What it says, last of first of books is the sequence number. I mean, that's what the video says. Huh? That's the correct
saw
answer.
it 2 weeks before, 2-3 times. So if I remember, yeah, is 2 options over here is corresponds to sequence number. Which 2? I'm just guessing this last one is also. If you want, you can start and you can hear it. Will say.
I don't remember it because I only recorded this video, to be honest, but I don't remember what I have said. Okay, fine. Do you know exact timestamp where I said whatever you are saying?
It's a very synchronous. It's in sequence. It just increase the volume. We will hear. We will tell you. I will tell you.
Volume is full. I don't know whether you can hear what I am hearing.
No, I can't hear. Wait, then
yeah,
having.
So yeah, I think that
so we can go through the transcript if that helps.
Yeah, that's also possible. I don't know whether tutorial transcript is there. Okay, your confusion is about the second last option, right?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
So it's on the
anyone remember what that second last option is? Then can you explain, or else anyway I'm finding it. Yeah, Sapna, you are saying something?
Yeah, you are finding transcript now, sir. So it's on the common data set.
It is there, huh? Tutorial transcript is also there. I wasn't sure whether that will be there.
Maybe in the end, supplementary content.
Yeah, in the supplementary content.
Sir, it was there in the video itself.
I have, sir, I have a question about weekly assignment. The graded assignment week 7. Can I ask that
Shiva,
now?
just hold on. Let me finish with the person before you. I will come to you. Just raise your hand, then only I will know whether you have a question or not.
Sir, it is now audible to us. Are you playing
No, I am
any?
not. Somebody else is.
I am playing.
Somebody else is playing. That's why it's audible,
I am
and it's
playing.
not on. She is using without headphones. That's why it's audible.
Okay.
Wait, I will play. Wait 1 minute.
First of last of books. In this, last of book refers to the last element in the list books, and the first of that will return the sequence number of that book, not the list number of pages.
You hear? 9:45.
Yeah, I heard that. But okay.
See, actually, except for first of books and last of books, I understand no other combination there.
Okay.
Sir, isn't that transcript help?
No. For first of all, before that, I have to see what that
9:45.
code is. Transcript is one thing. First, I have to see what actually is happening over here.
Okay.
So it's a subpart question, right?
Yes.
So sequence number and okay. So in that we are inserting these values in increasing order of sequence number and page numbers, right?
Yes.
Increasing order of page numbers. If pages are same, then the ordering is based on sequence number. Right, that is what actually the code is all about. Then that's what I was trying to find out. Okay, on top of that we are we are calling it here. Okay, now I got the point. Okay,
But
so your question is about last of first of books, right?
Yeah. Sorry, sir, for interruption, but
Yeah.
there it's not arranging in sequence of the sequence number. Sequence of the page number it is arranging.
Yes, but if pages are same, then
yeah, pages are same, then
it will come in sequence number, right? Because that is how the insertion order will be.
but 12 is inserted before 10.
Listen, go back here. Look at this question.
See 12 in the answer. 12.
This is the correct answer?
Yes.
So now this 350, 350, okay, 12, 10, and 15, right? Okay, so it depends on insertion order. Fine. So it is sorted in terms of page numbers, right?
Yes, sir. But now earlier I was okay because I thought only 350 is there. Now I saw 350 is there. And then 12, 10, and 15. No, it's neither ascending.
No, it's not ascending, descending. It depends on in which order they appear. Right now, see, 350, there are two 350s, right? It depends on sequence. Already these two were there. Then the next 350 came.
Yes.
So it depends on that order of insertion.
Yes.
Okay, now let me come to this one. Last of first of books. Okay, what is first of books? First of books will give you the first ever book in that list. Correct? And last of that is the most number of pages among all the books in the library. That's not the case, right? It will give you what first of books will give you. Let me go back in this list. What the first of this list will give you? This particular first list.
Yes.
And then what we are taking last of it.
Yes.
That will give you this number 220.
Yes.
Correct? Which is what? The least number of books, right? Not the most number of books.
But it is saying the sequence number is.
I heard that there might be some some mistake while speaking, maybe slip of tongue or something. I will check that and maybe I will rectify it. Okay, that's something. I mean, this is the third time, and you're maybe the first person who found out this mistake.
Actually, I watched this video 3-4 times. Actually, all the computational video I watched 3 times.
Okay.
And I keep all my doubts to myself.
No, you should not do that. I mean, you should ask all your doubts. That's how it will. I mean, then only all those doubts will get resolved. Either you ask in these live sessions or you post them on the forum.
I don't know how to post in forum.
Why?
I tried yesterday, but I don't know how to do.
Okay, are you a term student or a qualifier student? You are a qualifier student, right? Okay, this is your qualifier portal. At the top right corner, do you see something called as forum?
Yes.
Just click on that. It will open the forum. Okay. There is something option called new conversion.
The top left.
Yeah, top left upper corner. This new conversion conversation.
Okay.
And over here you can post whatever you want, and it will get added here.
Okay.
Okay, and someone from our side will answer it.
Okay.
So whatever the list of doubts you have, just send it across. We'll try to answer them. And regarding this video, I will check it once again that what exactly is happening, and if there is a mistake, we will rectify it. Okay. Right now you understood what is happening, right? It will return list number of books, not the most number of books. That's why that option is incorrect.
Yes, I think I thought might be I did not understand. So that's why.
No, I think your understanding is correct. There is some maybe slip of tongue happened while recording.
No, might be there. You would have said for some other. Just check the video.
Yeah, I will check again. I will check. That portion last few minutes. I will watch again carefully, and accordingly we will do the action against it. Okay.
All right, so thank you.
Yes. Okay. Thanks. Because as I said, the video was recorded around a year back, more than a year back, and so far nobody else pointed out any mistakes. So I'll have to be very careful before.
No, might be it is right now. After 2 weeks, also I'm asking no. So might be I don't know for which option you are telling sequence number.
Yeah. So that's what I will verify it again, and if required, we'll correct it. Okay. Yes.
So for posting in the forum, is it also a possibility to directly mail on the ID? That also does the same thing?
No. It doesn't work that way.
Prior to
you have to post it on the forum.
On the forum.
Yes. Okay. So next person is Joy.
Sir, my doubt is on practice assignment 7, question number 5.
Okay. I'll come to your doubt, but before that, just clarification. Right now, there are 3 people who have raised their hands. I will answer their doubts and then we'll close the session. It's already 9:15. The session was 7 to 9, but yeah, these people have raised their hands before. So
okay.
Yeah, I will not take more questions other than these 3 guys. Okay. So yes, Joy. Week 7, practice assignment, right?
Yes. Question number 5.
Okay. Have you looked at the solution?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then what's the problem? You did not understood the solution?
I didn't understand the code itself, what this hops and K denotes here in the code, pseudocode.
Okay. Can you tell me your understanding of this code so that I will tell you where you are making mistake?
Actually, in the question, we have created a matrix based on the scores where the I score should be greater than J. And based on that, there will be an edge, and we created a matrix A. And based on that,
should be greater than J. Yes, correct.
And based on that, we have to answer, study this pseudocode and find out the answer. I understood S is the dictionary, but what is K? Actually, K is the key or a sequence number of a particular student or something. Here, K is taken as 0.
Correct. K is initially 0.
So actually, this 0 denotes the sequence number of the student.
Yes, correct.
Okay, and then what is this hopes here in the train data set? I understood the hopes, but here what does the hopes?
Yeah, just some variable, some integer variable declared here. Do not worry about its name. Maybe just consider it at XYZ is equal to 0. Don't treat it with, don't come with that, logic of trains and all. Just some integer variable which is assigned value 0. Okay. While walk, we are walking. There is a walk is another variable which is a flag, right? It's a true false. So it's a flag.
Okay.
So for each C in columns, we are going from A of KC is equal to 1.
In that also, we are taking row as 0, no? Means K is the row, right?
Yes,
right?
K is the row. So row is now your 0.
Okay, for 0, we will check for all the columns, right?
Yes,
0,
correct.
1.
Yes, that means we are checking entire row.
Okay. And if there is an edge there, we will take that particular column number as K.
Yes, if there is a edge, your column number, your row number changes. K is updated to C.
Okay. Then we will check for that particular row.
Yes.
If it is 2 or 3, whatever it is, we will skip the between things and we'll go to that particular row.
Yes, correct. For that particular row, but the column will be again the next one.
But the column, we will take all the columns, right? 0 to whatever the number.
Yes, correct.
Okay. That part was my doubt.
Okay, understood?
Yes. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Next is Vishwajit.
Sir.
Yeah, Vishwajit, go on.
Yeah, sir. My question is not related to any assignments, sir. But it is apart from something, sir, which I don't know whom to I discuss. So that's why I just discussing with you, sir.
Is it related to computational thinking?
No, sir. Actually, it is related to assignment marks, sir.
Okay, then support team is the.
Sir, I have called support team today morning also. I have talked with some Lalita madam, and she assured me that she will take care of it. Assignment marks, but she said that she even revert back with a reply through mail, sir, and she said that all the all the problems have been taken care, and after that she said that in mail she said that you can check again. So again I have checked, but the problem is not resolved. I have called back to her again, and she said that I am having lunch and I will take care of it again. But she didn't take care of it, sir, actually.
Okay.
So I don't know, sir, whom to I discuss. Even I have sent a mail, dozens of mail to them, support team also, sir.
Okay, what is the problem?
Sir, actually in my dashboard, sir, in week 2 assignment, all the assignment of week 2 assignment, it is showing absent, and all the marks of all the previous marks from week 1 to week 6, sir, it's been fumbled. Actually, it is like something instead of 100, it is showing like 58, or instead of 80, it is showing like 67, something like that, sir. From week
but earlier it was showing correct, right?
Yeah, earlier it was showing correct,
at
sir.
some point of time
At some point of time, it's since from 3 to 4 days it is showing something like that.
Before that it was fine.
It was
fine.
Yeah,
The same case is here, but I reported and I found the response that have you attended in the October qualifier?
Yes, I have qualified.
That marks is reflecting here.
Sir, but inside of course section, sir, in scores under the scores segment, all my marks are showing very correctly. I mean, it is showing all the correct marks are correctly organized, like from week 1 to week 6.
Correct.
Week 7.
So,
but in dashboard, it is showing, I mean, wrong marks.
Yeah. So Bishwajit, understand. You have given those assignments twice, right? Once in October and once now, right?
So the October is being reflected here.
Yes. So October marks are getting reflected in one place, and for specific assignment, you are seeing the current marks. That's why that's the mismatch. Don't worry. In data or backend database, both your scores are available. Okay.
Okay.
So don't worry about that. Whatever you see in scores tab is from October, and for individual thing, what you see in course tab, right? Grade assignment 1, 2, and so on. That is the recent one.
Okay, in score section.
Yes.
But she said that Lalita ma'am said that it will going to be taken care of, but and it is resolved also. But and she said that please try to check your marks incognito. I mean, in other, I mean, section.
Yeah, in some new window. Got it.
A new window that is incognito. So I have checked also already, but it is not. I mean, same.
Yeah, because it should be like that. What some other person was also saying, right? It will be like that. It's not just for you. For everybody, it is like that. Who took a qualifier in October?
Yeah, for last 3 days, I saw this difference.
Yes.
Before 3 days.
So yes, so this is some change which we have done on backend side. So it is common for everybody. If it is an intentional one, it will get reflected too. I mean, if it is intentionally like that, then it will continue to be like that. And if it's some mistake, it's a bug, it will get fixed. So don't worry, Bishwajit. It's not just happening alone for you. It's everybody who took qualifier in October, but continuing now. Okay.
But I have taken.
You don't have to worry about that. I will check on that why it is happening and what is the actual correct version of it. But it's not your individual problem. If it's a problem, it's for everybody, and it should get fixed. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I will check on this. Okay. To whom you spoke? Lalita.
Lalita, ma'am.
Or Lata.
It's Lalita. In mail, it is showing Lalita.
Lalita. Right. Fine. I will check with her then.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, Shiva.
Hey, in week 8 graded assignment, last question, right? The answer I gave it as 20, but the correct answer is 25. I'm not sure how that answer came into play. Week 8, not this one. The next one.
Yes. Yeah. Week 7 graded assignment, last question.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because for example, if we consider 0, there is a path from 0 to 0, right?
But you want to get from first dabba and then get down in the next box, next coach, right? In the train. I mean, it's like 0. There is a path. So do you have to take that as 1?
Yeah, see, there is a path, right? Computer doesn't think about all this. It's a simple computation. 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 0. Yes, there is a path from 0 to 0.
Okay.
So it is possible to reach from 0 to 0.
Okay.
Even though with respect to trains, it might be a stupid thing to do in practical, but there is a path, right?
Okay. Usually what I did was I did the diagonal, right? I put diagonal as 0.
Yeah.
And I did the sum. I got 20. So the diagonal I missed.
Diagonally, every time it may not be 0, right? Otherwise, what's the point of having that diagonal there? Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So this quiz to syllabus is a 1 to 8 or a 5 to 8?
1 to 8. 1 to 8.
Okay, sir.
See, whatever you studied in week 1 to 4 is there in all the questions, right?
Yes.
Loops, nested loops, procedures.
Marks distribution?
No, there is no specific marks distribution. You just prepare for whatever syllabus we have. Look for lists, dictionaries, graphs. That's what will be there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so
So
with
just
that,
out of the context,
stop this session.
so just out of the context, graded assignment 7 had more number of questions. Was it intentional or was it like? I mean,
Yes,
should we
as I said, graph, as I said
time?
earlier multiple times, graph is one of the most critical aspect. That is the reason more.
What I'm wanting to understand is the intent for us to be able to solve it in lesser time, or just for the practice more
you will get because you get more practice, and we are also want to judge you on more number of questions, because in graph, see what happens if there are less number of questions, you might go wrong in 1 or 2 questions and you lose marks, right? Ultimately it's out of 100. When we increase number of questions,
have a higher percentage in this one. Yeah, get your point.
Yeah, so even though you make mistakes, you may not lose greater number of marks.
More marks, right? But I was looking at it in terms of solving it within an hour, and then that, I mean, because I need to, I mean, that might just be a way that I'm assessing it or directing myself to, that I want to solve every graded assignment within an hour's time, because at the end of the day, that will be the task for our quizzes also.
Right.
So in that aspect, I sort of
then that aspect, week 7 graded assignment in 1 hour may not be possible.
That's all I want.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine if you are not able to do that. It's not expected.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you everybody. So with that,
sorry for interruption. I saw on the video is first of last of books only sequence number, not the last of books.
Okay. I will check that. If it's required, we will correct the video. Okay.
No, it is correct. Yeah.
It is correct. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. That's what I said, right? Nobody pointed out that mistake so far in last 1 hour or so, one year or so. So it may not be wrong, but yeah, as you said, it's correct only. So okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah. And as I said, I recorded it so long back, even I forgot that I recorded it. So I did not even remember what I said there. Anyways, that's fine. It's perfect. It's correct now, so that's fine. All right. So we'll close the session. Thanks everybody for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Good night, sir.